Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I am your host Crypto Lewis, and thank you once again for being here, sitting down with me for just a few minutes where I talk and you just hear me talk about crypto, pretty much. Anything related to crypto and all the news, all the stuff, just the way I see the market going, what I think is gonna go crazy in the next few weeks, in the next few months, in the next year, because I think this might be the biggest year for crypto. No, this will be the biggest year for crypto. So if you really enjoy hearing all the good news about crypto, just come down here, sit down, relax, listen to all of this, and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, because it really means a lot to me and a lot for the community, because I want a lot of people to benefit from this information. So let's just get started off real quick with how it's been going. We've had a rough past month. We've just seen things just absolutely collapse in the market. And it was not expected, but it was also not expected. There's always that uncertainty. We talked about how there was a chance that a lot of the things that were coming up in the news, a lot of the tax hiking and the whole tapering, stopping the printing of money or slowing it down, that it was going to happen, that there was a chance it would happen. And even though those chances were low, they kind of did end up happening. And so that's why we kind of see this situation, right, where we have collapsed and we are now where we are. Bitcoin reached a low of like 39,000 something, or maybe 38,000, I'm not sure. We saw Ethereum go down to like 2,800 or 2,900 as well. So we definitely reached a very low number since our peak, right? But it was not something that should have surprised way too many people. And regardless, I kind of see that as very sort of weird that that kind of situation actually happened, because the whole idea of crypto is to kind of go against those sort of situations of inflation, of just stuff like that that affect the paper money, right? This is why we're building this alternative of cryptocurrency, to go against that, right? Because we understand that there's just going to continue to be inflation and inflation over time with the printing of money, and that the US dollar will just continue to lose its value, while stuff like this, cryptocurrency, will gain in value. And that's why we're here. And that's why you come here to these videos, because you too understand that crypto is the future. We're in the future. It's already growing, and it's been picked up by so many people that it's almost hard for it to go back down the way it used to back then, where it would just stay at a certain bear market for 2 or 3 years, right? I don't think that'll happen again. I think that we've already grown way too much during this past year, that it'll allow that to happen. I find that very, very hard to happen. So it's been a rough patch. And most recently, we've started to see things pick up. I mean, and by most recently, I'm talking about from last night to today, right? It's been a good last 24 hours, right? We're seeing numbers that we haven't seen in at least a week, or at most a week, right? Like at least a week. We haven't seen these numbers in like a week or more, to be honest. We haven't seen this sort of gain in a month, actually. We haven't seen these 10% gains, 15, 20% gains that we're seeing in the top 100. So definitely a little change of scenery, something that you like to see. You like to see those green numbers when you get into CoinMarketCap or something like that, right? Or CoinGecko, whatever sort of website that you like to use for crypto. So yeah, it's been a nice last 24 hours, and we're just kind of waiting. This is the waiting game, right? We're kind of seeing, are we actually going to break out from here, or are we going to have another little dip? That's still up in the air. I think if we continue to see ourselves closing at a sort of good number, I'd say probably if we see ourselves closing the day, so the moment it hits 12, right? If we see ourselves closing above 44,000, that looks really, really good for the market. Now, I'm talking about Bitcoin here. Now, I'm not saying that I'm looking at Bitcoin because, that's like I'm investing in it. I see that as the main indicator right now for the market. That's why I say that, because Bitcoin drives the market pretty much right now. And as I've said before, and I'll continue to say, I don't see that happening forever. I think Ethereum will flip eventually. Ethereum is only half of the market cap of Bitcoin. So I do see it flipping eventually. I see it outperforming eventually. So, I mean, it's been outperforming. So in the last 24 hours, Ethereum is up 4%, while Bitcoin is only up 2.53%. So you can kind of see that little bit of outperformance. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking at right now. We're kind of making sure that we stay at these levels. We could continue to see little bits of dips. And, during those dips, if we see another, higher highs, higher lows, that's kind of what we want to see. So if we continue to see those things, we can kind of be certain that we're starting to get back into the groove and that we're going to be ready for this next bull run. So until then, I won't start to invest into I won't start to invest very large amounts of money. Now, you might be asking, wouldn't you want to hit the bottom? Like, wouldn't you want to hit the bottom? Yes, and I've kind of taken profits and I've kind of a little bit of reinvested, right? I've invested a couple of, in a couple of coins, but I'm not going to be putting in too much bag, right? Like, I'm not going to be putting in too much bags into coins, but I do have an idea of what I'm going to be looking at, what coins I'm going to be investing in. The moment that I realize we're in a good scenario, we can get back into the market, we're about to see really good gains, right? So today, that was just kind of like a quick analysis of what's going on with the market. But today, I'm going to be talking about the top 10 Metaverse coins that I think are going to explode during this next bull run. Because as you all know, I think gaming is going to be the most trending, the highest paying, highest gain category in all of crypto for many years to come. So that's exactly what I'm going to be looking at, top 10 Metaverse coins. And there's a lot of other coins that I see happening. But today, I'm just going to talk about 10 because I could go on for a longer time just talking about all the Metaverse coins. But I also want to talk about my calls on the last video that I mentioned in my last coin video, where I talk about the top 5 altcoins that I see making really good gains in the next 6 weeks. Which, let's talk about it, right? So here I pulled up the first coin was Phantom. I talked about Phantom in that video. That was the first coin that I talked about, and it was at $2.12. I called Phantom at $2.12, and well, today we are at $2.94, and we have reached as high as $3.14. Yeah. So, pretty good gains right there, and like I said, I see Phantom, I see all the other coins that I've mentioned not only exploding right now in the next 6 weeks, but throughout the rest of the year and the bull run that we're going to have. The next one I mentioned Harmony at 22 cents. It is currently at nearly 35 cents. So that's another huge win that you could have made right there if you invested in it. The other one was Polygon. I talked about it at $2.48. It's at $2.42 despite all the dips since that moment in time where I talked about it at $2.48. Only going down 6 cents is not that big of a deal, and you'd still be, you'd be really good if you invested in all of these coins as well. because you would have had to invest into all of these coins to kind of be at a profit right now. Now, when I did mention these coins, I wasn't precisely saying buy them right now. As I was saying, we are in very uncertain times. We were in very uncertain times. I did believe that we were going to dip a little bit more from there, but it wouldn't have been a bad time either, because we had already dipped quite a bit. You're not going to call a perfect bottom, guys. The next coin was Terra, which I think I mentioned at like $83 and like 50 cents or 60 cents, something like that. So that's another $1.60 down. You could have gotten it a lot lower at $73, but like I was saying, actually even lower, $63. You could have gotten it at $63. Once again, I wasn't saying to buy it right then and there. You could have waited a little bit more, and that would have been just fine, because, as I said, I think it could have gone a lot lower then. And I also called the Sandbox at like $5.89. So another bit of a little dip, but it's not really a big deal. So I wanted to give you guys an example. If you would have gotten into each of those calls right then and there when I mentioned them, and let's say you put in $100 in each of the coins, you would currently be sitting at a nice $77 profit at the moment, because that would have been a total of $500 invested. You would have been up $77 of 15%. And obviously, depending on how much money, you would still be up a 15% of whatever you invest, right? So that isn't too bad, right? That isn't a terrible call. You obviously have some coins where you're losing at, but $2.18, $2.51, $12.07. And then you have $56 gains, which is like a 56% gain, right, out of 100, and then a 36.81 gain. So, you could definitely be making some really good gains if you would have gotten into those calls I mentioned. But yeah, they're really good coins. I see these as really good coins, and I continue to see them at a very good price. Sandbox is still at a really good price. Right now, you could reinvest, right? Polygon, you could invest in it. Terra, all those coins. Now, let's move into the actual point of this video, the top 10 Metaverse coins. I'm going to be putting them into several categories. I have the long-term, safest. This is like investing into Ethereum, right? The long term. We're talking about the long-term game, because these are projects that obviously have a big projection. These are projects that are way ahead of any of the other projects that are below it, right? These are projects that are very much ahead, and they're doing really good right now, and they're going to do even better in the future. So there's those long-term gains. Then there's the better long-term ones, which are projected to do a lot better because of just how small the market cap is right now. They're not very small market caps, but they're smaller. So they're smaller market caps that have a really good projection, that have reached very nice all-time highs already before, and we could see it going obviously even higher than its last all-time high in this next bull run. And then we have the huge potential short-term ones, the ones that you could make 100x gains possibly in the next 2 months or less. So that's the category that I'm going to be putting it in. So let's look into the top Metaverse tokens, right? Everything pretty much in the top 5 right here is considered a very long-term safe call, right? But the ones that I chose were Mana, obviously Decentraland, Axie Infinity, the Sandbox, and Engine Coin. These are projects that I see going insane in the long term. These are the leading projects for their category when it comes to an NFT wallet and marketplace. Engine Coin is up there. When it comes to a metaverse sort of land buying, VR gaming, you have Decentraland and the Sandbox. When it comes to a play to earn game, you have Axie Infinity. So these are 4 projects that are pretty much leading in what they do, right? So that's why I see these as very good long-term projects. Then let's move on to the better long-term projects, the ones that are a smaller market cap, but they have a better projection, they've had higher all-time highs, and they're going to do a lot better, and they're going to give you more gains than these are in a shorter term, but still a long-term hold. So you're getting into it early. This is like saying you got into Axie Infinity at $10 or lower. Or like saying you got into the Sandbox at 40 cents, 30, 20 cents. Or saying you got into Engine Coin at like 20 cents. Same thing for Decentraland, you got into it like, that's like saying that, right, for these coins. When you're saying that, oh, I bought Ultra at, let's say, well, that's one of the picks. I just gave away one of the picks, but it's not like I'm going to say it right now. So better long-term coins. The ones that are going to give you those bigger gains than what the Sandbox is going to give you in the next 10 years or 5 years, whatever. So we have Illuvium, I see being as a better project, right? A better long-term hold. If we look at its history, we see that it reached a peak of 1900. So that's a 2x. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's like a 2.3x, right, of where it is right now. We've obviously seen it be a lot lower. So if you would have gone down here, obviously, huge X. But from here, we're only at a 550 million market cap. We see these top projects being in the same level that the Sandbox is right now, or any of those big ones, Mana, we see them being at that same level. So what would that mean? That it can reach, Illuvium can reach a $10 billion market cap. So we're looking at a good 10x potential, 20x potential in a very short term. Then we also have Remark, which I also see as, this is obviously a little bit more volatile, since the lower that you go in these market caps, the more they move. But this is another one that I see as very, very good in the, Polkadot, Kusama ecosystem. So this had a peak of $60. Let's say it gets back to $60, that's already a 2x. And it's only at a 274 million market cap. That means that it was at a 600 million market cap, and like I said, these in the long term are the ones that are going to be $10 billion market caps. What Sandbox is right now, that's what they're going to be in the future. So do the math. How many X's is that? Then next one, D-Race. I think that would be a little bit lower right here, but this is kind of based around gambling, right? And a lot of people like to gamble. So this would be probably the top gambling play-to-earn game that there's going to be in crypto. And it's been growing, and it's been doing fantastic, and it's had an all-time high of $8. That's another 2.3x or 2.5x from where it is right now. And we see it being a leading gambling play-to-earn game. What is that? Guaranteed almost $1 billion market cap or higher. So that's a 10x from there. And then finally we have Ultra, which is a little bit higher here. Right? This is also another very good, better long-term potential one. With the fact that Steam, and let's put up the news, Steam banned the use of cryptocurrencies and NFTs on its platform, Ultra is going to make that possible. They're the Steam of the metaverse. They're the Steam of crypto. If Steam isn't going to allow it, well, somebody has to, and that's Ultra. Ultra is going to do the job. A new era for gamers. That's it. So this is the one that's going to be growing in crypto. If Steam isn't going to allow it, then it's basically going to be passed on to whoever is actually going to be doing it, and Ultra is your man, right? So that's who you want to be looking at for the long-term, better long-term hits. Now let's look into the huge potential short-term gains. These are the ones that could get you a 5x in 2 weeks, right, or less, and can get you an 100x in like 2 months, right? These are the type of gains that you would obviously want, where you don't need to put in a lot of money and boom, you made a lot of money. So my first pick would be Fairland. This is one that I've been looking at for a very, very long time, and I really like it. I've liked it since I've seen it, and it's done really well historically, and they're constantly doing a lot better. As you can see, it has a $20 million market cap, so it's very, very small, right? It's very, very small, very, very volatile, and that's what it means, right? I mean, like, this is why I say these are going to be short-term great gains. They have an amazing roadmap that they're following. They have their monthly token burn every 12th of the month, and they've reached a peak of $5.60, let's say, right? So we obviously know that good long-term projects, especially these smaller cap coins, that they're most likely going to get to their all-time high guaranteed, right? It's almost guaranteed that they're going to make their all-time high and even go higher. So you can have a guaranteed 5x right here, right? Or, 6x almost. So you can have a guaranteed almost 6x here and even higher. So that's what you want to see, right? And you want to be, very updated with their community, what they're doing, their roadmap, all that type of stuff. And I've been very updated with them, and they seem to be an amazing project that I would definitely encourage you to look into, because I wouldn't just take my word for it. When it comes to smaller cap projects, I 100% recommend for you to do your own research, because these are very, very risky coins. And then last, short-term quick gains. I obviously have a lot more picks, but I could go on for a lot longer talking about all these picks. So I'm just leaving it to 2 short-term, very quick gains. Polka City, another one that went absolutely insane during this last bull run. Went from 10 cents to $2.80. So that's an insane amount of X's. I mean, do the math, right? Like I said, it's at 53 cents now. All of these coins are guaranteed almost to reach their all-time highs again. So that's an easy 5x right there that you could be looking at. So this one is one that I've looked into as well for quite some time. They're kind of like the GTA of crypto, and I really like them. I love what they've been doing. They've been very, very updated with their community and constantly showing demonstrations of what they've done with their game and just the new things that they're adding. They have an amazing staking system, and I highly encourage you once again to do your own research when it comes to these smaller cap coins. But these are coins that I see absolutely giving you insane gains if you invest in them, right now, and wait for a couple of months, couple of weeks, and depending on, of course, how the market does in this next week or so. Because we're still trying to see, are we about to explode, or are we going to continue to drop down a little bit more? And that's pretty much I have all for you guys today. Thank you very much once again for watching this video, sitting down with me as I go full on about all my coin picks, what I think about the market right now, calls that I see for the long term, short term, all that jazz. If you want to continue to see more content like this, please like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can be updated and see every single video that comes out. Thank you once again for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.